upsets, red cards, and awful refereeing. Prime Barclays.
Evening, Tate.
Evening, Jack. You right?
Yes, all good. All good. Just for those listening, it's pouring down rain, or it was pouring down rain, and so the sound might be a bit strange. We're not sure. We tested it out. It seems absolutely fine. So yeah, we'll carry on. But
yeah, if there's any issues, a bit tinny at first. But
yeah, if there's any issues, then we apologise.
Yeah, hopefully the rain stays off. And
sounds good in a minute. So yeah, we'll carry on. Anyway, how are you, mate? You good?
Yes, all good. I had a lovely weekend.
Nice.
Talking of rain, absolutely soaking weekend.
I saw it. Well, I didn't know, and then watched the highlights of Everton. Saw it absolutely chucking down.
And having watching the highlights on my phone of match of the day and thinking, Arsenal, Bournemouth in the sun, Spurs, everyone was in t-shirts
and
what?
It was mild.
Did you wear shorts to the
game?
Yeah,
shorts. Shorts every day, mate.
No, it was hideous weather.
Yeah, it did look great.
For those that don't know, I spent the weekend up in Merseyside watching Everton versus Luton that we will touch on. We'll start with the teaser, go on to Everton versus Luton, onto the main event, the game that was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that Jack attended, Spurs versus Liverpool, and all the controversy that went on. And then our usual closing on the team of the week, winner loser prediction, and all the other good stuff that we do in the podcast. Right, shall we start with the teaser?
Yeah.
And as I visited Merseyside this weekend, I've chosen a teaser relatable to both teams. Rafa Benitez has managed both Liverpool and Everton. But who does he manage now?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I'll come back to that. Yeah, no idea.
I found out last week that he had a new team, and I was like, what?
I didn't. Yeah, I would have said he's not in management, but yeah, come back to that.
Get your brain ticking.
Yeah.
So let's start at Goodison Park. First time at Goodison. You ever been?
No, I haven't. No, I want to go. I'd like to go this year. Like similar to you, one of the main reasons you went. That they're knocking it down. Aren't they? Building a new stadium. And on current form, they could get relegated. So yeah, I'd like to go this season.
Yeah, we arrived on the Friday night, had a few beers, and then Saturday morning down the cafe, nice breakfast, and then we had a nice wander. So the new ground is by the docks, which is walkable from the town centre. So we walked down there, see the new ground, which is looking good.
You're quite a fan of the construction.
Yeah, no, especially that ground. It is interesting. It's interesting to see all the materials, and you see what's my way of work, so I see that stuff, and you can see how they work and see whereabouts they are in the project and whatnot. But no, I find that stuff really interesting. I was chatting to the gateman about it.
Yeah, like, who's this southern freak? Like, what are you doing?
I was asking about deliveries he gets and things like that and whatnot. But
it's not nothing to do with your company, though, is it?
No. But no, really interesting, and that will be really good for them to get in there, I think. Because speaking to an Everton fan I know and other people around the ground, it's sad that it's going, but it's time. It's sort of a new era they need to go on, and it's not like it's an Anfield that they can redevelop and make bigger and better. That ground is had its day.
It's done. It's one. I think it's the oldest or one of the oldest, isn't it? Definitely in the league, if not one of the oldest in the country. But yeah, some of the photos you put up and the wooden seats and majority of the stands are wooden seats or even wooden stands. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it reminds me of. My dad was saying it reminds him of like a Carrow Road, but bigger. Like it is old, it's dated, but there's character in that. You can see why teams like Arsenal, for example, have struggled there over the years, especially when it's wet and cold. And
when they're good, like they are. I mean, their fans probably know more than most, but they're used to seeing a side that are battling top 8 and creeping into top 5 and a good side against it. When a big team comes to them, they are well up for it. And it's normally a really, really difficult game.
And the atmosphere is normally good there, like you said, and it's so close to the pitch. It's a joke, and it's so close from the pitch to the main road outside the stadium is like 50 meters. If that, it's so close.
Yeah, with everything in between that as well, like you said. That's yeah.
But walking around, there was obviously good atmosphere around the ground with the pubs, and that's a proper football culture, and it would be a shame to lose that when they go down the docks. But I think it needs modernisation. Yeah. One weird thing I found though outside, because we got there so early, we always do, was all the Everton players turned up on their own.
Really?
no
coach. Own cars or cabs
own cars,
or
own cars. All turned up in their flash cars, walked in, and I just thought that was a bit odd considering. And I'll get on to this point what I'm making, and I think that sort of fed into the culture there at the moment. It's that club is broken, absolutely broken.
Yeah, that's you. I mean, you obviously might know. Who's the lad? Do you know that's an Everton fan?
So it's Grace's brother-in-law.
Yeah, and obviously you speak to him and through him, but maybe you spoke to some people there. But yeah, what are they just totally despondent with it all? Do they want the player? Is it the players? Is it the manager? Is it a mix of the owners?
Dyche, they're a bit like like he'll probably keep us up, but
we're not doing any better.
But yeah, what's the point of keeping up if we're just going to stay 17th for the whole season? For the rest of it, what do we want? Do we need to go down to go up again?
Yeah.
Do we need that refresh like some teams have done?
But ultimately, they obviously don't want to go down, so it's like
ultimately the money they have is
basically.
Yeah, they can't go down. Their biggest gripe is with the owners and the new prospective owners, the 777 were there. I don't think would have made much of that.
No, imagine watching that. Bloody hell. I mean, I don't think there's loads of question marks on them, isn't there? I think with the clubs and sort of sports they own already, I don't think a lot of them are that fond of them. Yeah,
they're not thriving teams or anything like that. So it's an odd one. I think Everton are struggling with mistakes they've made in the past, coming back to haunt them now. Like financial fair play is kicking them, and you think, they haven't spent all that money, but they don't make any money. That's the issue. I was trying to work out
how they're in trouble.
Where do they get their revenue from? Apart from TV deals and match days, Everton are a big club in terms of like England and
tradition. They are one, historically, but
outside of Everton, who the hell supports them?
Well,
even outside all, even Liverpool, the biggest team in Liverpool is Liverpool, so they're already.
And the world and most people, most people in England are fully aware of Everton, but if you think of Liverpool, Merseyside, you think of the red side, and you think of Liverpool, not Everton, but it'd be a huge moment if they went down. I think if they get relegated,
because they've bought players in the past for big money and none of them have worked. I'm talking Sigurdsson was okay there, Iwobi was crap, Michael Keane awful, Pickford's the jury's out whether he's a good goalkeeper, but come on, he does make a fair few mistakes for Everton. Sorry, even Mikalenko I think was 20 mil. He's a terrible player. Their starting lineup, which is nothing. They're just Ashley Young, 38-year-old right back, playing there. Villa didn't want him, so he goes there on a free. They've signed Jack Harrison on a loan.
He came on, didn't he, the weekend?
McNeil from relegated team. They're signing these relegated teams, and all of it. It's going to eventually accumulate to them being relegated. I think at some stage because they just look so despondent.
Yeah, they had Calvert-Lewin, didn't they, for better up front. It was only Calvert-Lewin's second league start. And Luton, I think, had Pelly Ruddock in for Lukonga, who's out for a while. But apart from that, it was all very similar. But like you said, even the Calvert-Lewin thing, that he was the one person that everyone thought, right, even Everton fans were like, right, get him in the team, we're good to go. But I think even of late, he's struggled, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he has scored a couple of goals in the last week. There's been 2 encouraging away wins in the last 5 days for Everton, which suggested they may have turned a corner, but they immediately reverted to type back at Goodison, and I think that's an issue. They don't like playing at Goodison. They played there 3 times prior to Saturday and lost all 3 1-0.
Was it hostile, or like were they on top of them? Or
it was at the end. Yeah.
So, but as a fan, the players, we'd say at Spurs, but yes, we'll support you, get behind you, but the players have got to show you something to support and get behind. You can sing and shout and support them for 20, 30 minutes, but if they're not showing nothing on the pitch, then it turns, doesn't it? And I can imagine it at Everton it's even worse than most.
Yeah, so Everton started okay. McNeil had a chance. There was a header over from, I think it might have been Decore. And then I said to my dad, 10 minutes gone, 20 minutes gone. Luton are thinking, this is exactly our game plan. Keep it 0-0, and you never know, a set piece. And Everton got a corner. Got a corner from absolutely nothing. The goalkeeper, one long kick down the field, too long it was, but Tarkowski went for the header, mistimed the header, and he headed it out for a corner. Like, it was just all, and because of the rain, it bounced and it went out and it skidded away. Yeah. And it was Alfie Doherty or Doherty?
Yeah, Doherty will go with
was the player putting in the set pieces. The first one came in, and it was the goal scorer straight away. What was his name?
Lockyer
had the header over the bar. Chance. You hear the oohs in the
Yeah.
Luton end. Second one comes in, and it was Morris this time, header, and it just went over again. And then about 5 minutes later, the third one came in, and he thought, there we go. Comes in, another great left-footed ball, and Lockyer heads it straight against the crossbar and comes down. And you see that this is the determination. Ashley Young doesn't want to be. He's just there for a paycheck. He's on the line, and it's a 50-50 who can get to the ball first. And Lockyer's absolutely wiped him, put him in the back of the net and the ball.
Which is a block tackle.
Yeah, scored the goal.
Yeah, it was
1-0. And he's got a knee slide right in front of the Everton fans, about 10 yards in front of me, and you can hear him shouting, and that's the classic atmosphere that you'll miss at the new stadiums. You can't hear all that stuff, but it was quality to see it. And a great, as a Luton Town goal, isn't it? Just a relegation scrap. Get your small margins from somewhere.
Yeah.
And a Dyche team.
That's what they should be doing. That's what they're doing. That's what Burnley were about, weren't they?
And you think Dyche is going to be livid for all the ways to concede a goal like that on a set piece. You open the Sean Dyche handbook. Set pieces number one. It is, isn't it?
And defensively and offensively, that's what he bases it off, isn't he?
Just terrible. And it was about, I've got it 7 minutes later, gave away another sloppy free kick. Same bloke, Doty, put the ball in. This was an absolute
good finish,
training
was that in front
ground
of you again,
routine.
wasn't it?
Training ground routine where Mikolenko's been blocked off by the attacker. Morris come around the corner. What a finish. Bang. Volley. 2-0, and Goodison's like, the boos come out, because then you're half an hour in, and you're thinking, what the hell? 2-0 down to Luton.
Yeah.
Oh, they were 5-1 to win that.
Really?
Beginning of the game.
5-1.
5-1.
I saw loads of things before about Everton fans basically saying that if we lose this, I'm done. Like, I'm lots of jokes, but I'm ending my life and all sorts.
Yeah, but it was that sort of joke. It was, they were terrible, mate. And Luton, everyone said Luton at home, easiest 3 points of the season. Yeah. It has to be. It has to be the biggest home banker of all time. But they just started horrifically. And it was Luton. I thought fair play to them. They've come out the traps well. They've defended well, and then they've thought we're in this. They're Everton are crap, and that's what they've thought.
Yeah. I'll skip ahead a bit, but Luton have beat last 2 games. Drew with Wolves, a team that are going to be in and around them, a good result. And then they've gone to Everton and won as well. Again, a team that a direct relegation rival, and they're going to be up against each other. So, yes, Luton, their results have been bad. They've lost a few games, but when you look at the sides they've been playing, then suddenly they've played Wolves and Everton and got 4 points. Yes, you don't want to keep. They don't want to keep losing, but ultimately that's really not too bad for them.
With a game in hand against Burnley tomorrow night,
they've got Burnley tomorrow, like you said. So Wolves, Everton, Burnley, 3 direct rivals, and they've got 4 points so far. They don't lose tomorrow. That's 3 games they'll be absolutely buzzing with.
It won't be funny if they win that tomorrow. They got 7 points, and they'll be like 4 points off Derby's record.
And everyone will be like, "Oh, they're actually all right." Well, there you go. They're the sides that they need to beat and get results. That's obviously what they're targeting.
And it's unfortunate for them because they lost to Chelsea, another relegation.
Yeah. They're probably gutted about the Chelsea result,
but they'd be frustrated though, Luton, going into half time. About 5 minutes before, they conceded a really sloppy goal to Calvert-Lewin. I couldn't really see it from where I was sitting.
It looked like a bit of a mess. It was just bundled in. And then no one, because there was an injury on the edge of the box. No one knew it had been given. The ref didn't know really what to do, and it was a bit of a what the hell's going on? The scoreboard didn't change. The ref sort of just stood there, and then the VAR review came up for offside. We thought, offside? Look like an offside. Look like a foul, because there was 2 players on the floor. But 1 minute passed, 2 minutes passed, 4 minutes, and you could hear the boos and the whistles. Well, the ref wasn't even by the screen?
No, it was offside, and then eventually the ref just blew his whistle, goal.
Yeah.
No one knew what the hell was going on. They don't show the replays on the screen for either teams.
Right.
I don't know why teams do that. Clubs do that. They played that. They
do it after when
Everton
the decision
play the
made,
whole game on the screen, but don't show replays. What? They also don't show replays at half time or anything, which is another issue I get into. So, 2-1 half time, and I was thinking Everton are going to come out the blocks firing.
Was it, sorry, at half time, when it blew the half time whistle, was it boos or was it more of a come on lads, 2-1?
Boos. They were booed all game.
Imagine though, like, I know they're in a terrible state and the players are having a stinker and the manager and all the rest of it. But if you're a player and you just score to make it 2-1 and you're getting booed, like
rightly so, boos.
They're awful. They're having a stinker.
I don't know how Spurs do their tickets. Arsenal do their tickets in grades A, B, and C. Spurs is like category A price, B price, and if you play Luton at home, it's going to be cheap, £30. Every single game for Everton is £55.
Really?
Every game.
So you had to pay that?
Yeah, wherever you sit, every seat is £55. So these paying fans have paid £55 to go watch that crap. I mean, I enjoyed it as a neutral. I was like, this is a good game. I was gutted that Calvert-Lewin's goal stood because I thought 2-0 attacking this end is going to be good. But I had it in my head that they're going to win 3-2 and Everton are going to just bombard this thing and it's going to be a really entertaining thing. I was wrong.
Just awful, terrible.
Yeah, terrible. Because I was told before the game that apparently the signal around the ground is terrible, and I thought, I've heard that before. All grounds are terrible.
Yeah.
Wow, this is awful. So I text Griff at I got on the ground at 1:30. I was like, "What's the Arsenal team?" Get to because I had no signal.
Yeah,
I thought they'll show it on Soccer Saturday inside the stand, and that plan Ryder Cup. Oh, great. At half time, want to know the scores. No, they just do happy birthday message after happy birthday message after happy birthday message.
Terrible.
And then they kept redoing it. There was no highlights of any of the goals that had gone in.
Yeah, right, updates or even
nothing.
Rubbish.
So I was like, I had no idea what any of the scores were. But anyway, second half kicked off, and I've got a point here. So Harrison came on for one of the centre Decore, something like that. One of the centre mids, and my God, they were just rubbish, mate. Rubbish. There was no chances created. There was crosses in, head out, get to the edge of the box, tackled, running off the pitch.
Was it a proper? We said it last week, didn't we? We said that's going to be a scrappy game, but
it was scrappy, mate. And it was the second half because I liked the first half. It was good for the neutral. The second half was just nothing. Poor. Luton just had him at arm's length, heading it away. The biggest note here, I put no creativity. Harrison came on, Beto came on. Dan Juma came on. Nothing. They never looked like getting anywhere near the goal.
Because Luton had a goal disallowed, didn't they? Rightly offside or whatever it was.
Yeah, he was only just, but he was offside. Lano gave it.
That's probably the
only
moment.
That would have been disastrous. But literally nothing. Beto had a header that came on. I said to my dad, he's a big lump. He'll hold the ball up. He'll do something. 4-4-2 dice ball.
Nothing. Yeah.
Harrison, every time he gave every cross he put in, either hit first man or out for a goal kick.
It's just nothing more frustrating.
Ashley Young did a bit, then came off, and it was terrible, mate. Absolutely terrible. And the boos were ringing out. And then obviously the full-time whistle. And when the goalkeeper goes down injured, Luton managed the game out really well. Going down, feigning injury, goalkeeper taking his time and kicks and whatnot. They managed it really well. 6 minutes flew by in injury time. And I said to my dad, I'm surprised that the ground's pretty much still full. There was a reason why.
Yeah, they wanted to wait.
When the full-time whistle went, they just all came forward, booing all the players.
Crazy.
The players wouldn't come out the centre circle clapping.
Because they were scared.
Yeah, they were, you fucking shit, this, that, this, fuck
Go
off.
mad.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I've never seen for years this many stewards. So where there was like an L shape, I can't really explain that.
On the corner flag.
On the corner flag, down behind the goal and down the long ways.
Yeah.
200 stewards. There were so many. Every 2 yards, another steward, ready for if someone was going to run on the pitch or do something. They came out in the 90th minute as the injury time went up, and then they just got bombarded. Just the abuse. The players wouldn't dare come anywhere
out
close.
That circle.
Tarkowski came 5 yards closer and just got pelted. He went back.
I saw on the Sky Sports report, it said it was a filthy day, but so beautiful for those who made the journey from Bedfordshire. So
yeah, well, it was. Yeah. And 4 defeats from 4 from Everton, and it was pouring down rain, miserable.
That's 4 at home, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 losses at home now. Yeah. So I saw that as well. And scored
one goal.
One goal.
Terrible.
Lost all of them by 1-0. 1 goal. Obviously 3 1-0s, and Luton was 2-1. But
and again, another game, no fight. But as the game ended, we were going to walk across Stanley Park to go watch Spurs versus Liverpool. I had no idea what the scores were, so I was like, my anxiety is going through the roof. I was like, I need to know the Arsenal score. What is the Arsenal score?
Just easy win.
So I got on my phone because I didn't know no idea what the lineup was or anything.
No. Cedric right back.
And I saw 4-0. Wow. Yes. Down. United lost. Standard. Wolves. What?
I know.
What?
Yes. I didn't even think about that.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Not that City. Just like how Wolves doing that. Wolves have been up and down, Rodri, all sorts. Mate. Yeah, no Rodri and City are very different.
Yeah.
And on City, from a friend and listener on the show, Steve Lee, sent in a stat that said, disregarding penalties, Haaland hasn't scored a single Premier League goal that has changed the outcome in 2023. His last goal that quote unquote meant something was New Year's Eve against Everton in a 1-1 draw. So he scored 16 goals in that time that are not penalties, that have not affected goal. For example, I think he scored against Spurs when they beat us 4-2. He might have scored the 4th or something. And then Fulham, when they beat him 3-1, he scored the 2nd or something like that. Yeah, so interesting about Haaland, but yeah, it wasn't vintage City.
No, it wasn't at all. But I thought if you could love a load of 3:00 kickoff results, and that was
pretty good.
That was a Saturday for me.
Pretty good.
So as I walked at the pub and walked across Stanley Park to the Anchor, I think it was called the Arkner, something like that. It's outside Anfield. I was in high spirits to watch Spurs versus Liverpool, and I completely forgot you were there. You were like, "I'm at the game." I completely forgot that was even on. So I was buzzing to watch that, and then that was when the football really started this weekend.
The fun started. I think we should talk. We'll talk about the game, and then instead of jumping straight to the main talking point, but yeah, before the game it was Richarlison for Johnson because Johnson's out injured. Liverpool had started Gakpo instead of Nunez. But yeah, it was pretty. The first 20 or 25 minutes were fairly even, to be fair. Liverpool had some good chances. There was a good double save from Vicario, who saved from Gakpo and then Robertson. Tottenham were keeping the ball and trying to implement that style, and we didn't necessarily create too much up until the red card. But yeah, the first 20 minutes were very open. I felt it was pretty even.
Yes, so your record is horrific.
Terrible.
Isn't it, against Liverpool.
I think
one of the worst. Did I see one winning like 20?
Something ridiculous. The last time we beat them was 2018 at Wembley.
Yeah, it was something.
2018 at Wembley.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, we had like Harry, I think 1-3-1 or something, but Harry Kane and all the rest of it. But yeah, 2018 at Wembley, and our record at Anfield's shocking. Like you said, we've not beat them at home in the new stadium at all. Yeah, so for us, Liverpool is, we just don't want to lose, basically.
So I like that point you just mentioned. They were actually the last team to play at the new stadium that you haven't beaten. Yeah,
the only side that have been in the Prem in that time, and we've done it with a big asterisk.
So, first talking point. So it was Curtis Jones, 26-minute tackle on Basuma. Went out for a throw-in, and Simon Hooper awarded a yellow card, didn't he? Then it went to VAR to have a look at it. I don't really get the outcry of, I think that one's wrong. I think that's a correct decision.
Nice,
It's like we've said recently. It's a 2023 red card. I know it's in slow mo and it looks worse.
Yeah.
But he did. That's what he's done.
Yeah,
he may have touched the ball, but he has also done him on his shin pad.
Shin high, studs showing, and
he might not have meant to do it, but that's what's happened.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. I don't understand the argument from. That's why I'm reading it, because I want to explain it properly. But I don't understand the argument from pundits and many others and football fans and all the rest of it, saying that his foot has rolled on top of the ball. It's harsh. Like I heard Neville say, from a professional perspective standpoint. So he's talking about ex-pros and all the rest of it that apparently played the game, that they can see what Curtis Jones is trying to do. Movement towards the ball and try and step over it and control it. His foot has then slid over the ball, which is... The ball, this is Neville's words, the ball is greasy, so then which throws his foot over the ball into Basuma's leg. That's why it's a red card. Like, his tackle, whether he's trying to... I know what you're saying, he's trying to... great. I'm trying to take... If I'm tackling you, Tate, I'm trying to tackle Tate, but I kick your leg and you fall over... That's probably a foul. Curtis Jones, that's a red card. There's no...
He's made a mistake, but mistakes also get punished.
It's a red card. Like the other week, who was it? Burnley Burnley, Nottingham Forest, the guy in the box elbows the guy. That's a mistake. It's a red card.
And Gusto last week with Chelsea.
Gusto, he didn't mean it. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but it's a red card. I just don't understand it. It's ridiculous. It was just, I mean, from my view, I saw, obviously, from behind, if you like, behind Basuma from a distance, and you see his leg, and I sort of winced because I was his leg, you can see his leg sort of fold in a bit. And to be honest, I said, I don't think it's that bad of a tackle, because you obviously don't see the replay, but yeah, it's just a red card, and anyone who disagrees is just wrong. It's just horribly wrong. Yeah,
no, I do agree. Like I said, it was a mistake. He didn't mean to do it. He's obviously gone to protect the ball, but in doing that, he has fouled you. Means,
and there's
consequences to a foul.
Yeah, and I understand what they're saying in that he's great trying to do that, but because Basuma's also tackled the ball at the same time, Curtis Jones shouldn't have made that tackle, and he wouldn't have been sent off. It's just a red card, and I think the ref they give a booking because they know they can fall back. We'll get onto VAR, but they should be able to fall back on VAR, and that's what happened.
And Aubameyang got done for something like that, 2020, something like that, against Palace away, and the ref gave him a yellow. And when you look back, when you put the replay back, you're like, hey, that ain't great. He didn't mean it at all. He's done exactly the same thing. Yeah. And he's made his ankle turn like into an L. Yeah. But the ref looked at it. As soon as you look at that in the replay, it's a red card.
It's a red card, and fully deserved.
And then the big controversy, the main event happened. Salah picked the ball up just past halfway. I think he might have taken on a player. Played a great ball through
inside and played
to Diaz, taking one touch, slotted it away. Fantastic finish. 1-0 Liverpool, or so we thought. I couldn't see the offside. Even like in real play, I thought, where's that? What are they looking at?
I get because I'm at the stadium. I don't watch the Sky, and you don't see all the reaction to it. But obviously, in the moment, the lino, not every right, but they're obviously moving quickly. It's very tight, and yes, you give offside. And at the time, you're like, right, great, buzzing offside. And obviously, even Liverpool fans, no one's none the wiser of what's going on. And as it quickly develops and gets to half time, you get messages and everyone's talking about it, but obviously onside.
From my point of view, watching it at the TV, this is another thing that's just a disgrace about the whole setup about VAR, is that you're a paying customer in the ground. You have no idea what's going on. No. We see the replay come up, and straight away you're going, you know, as a fan, your naked eye, you think, ooh, that's tight, or he's off. You don't worry about it. Or he's onside. It's a goal. It's just a goal. And everyone in that pub, it's a goal. Yeah, and because they all celebrated, and then they went down again because it was offside. And as soon as that picture went up, the cheer was louder than the first goal. Yeah. Because everyone knew it's a goal. 1-0 Liverpool. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of time now. Two of them lines are drawn, and then it cut to Simon Huber's face, whistle and gone. And I was like, what?
Yeah. What? But even that, you're saying we don't see none of that. So. No. In the ground, and again, Liverpool as well, even their bench or whatever, we're just carrying on the game as if it's correct. And that's my point, is that Howard Webb actually said a couple of weeks ago on that programme with Michael Owen, basically the ref thing they went on to spoke about, and everyone said it all the way until the weekend, but offsides and goal line technology are the two things that are gospel, basically, and you cannot, and Howard Webb said the angles that the VAR have and the cameras that are used and the lines and all the rest of it, that is the only thing that is 100% concrete. Yeah. And up until now, everyone's like, 100% agree. And even now, after you said that, the little tight ones when you see like armpits and whatever, you think nothing of it because they've said that, it must be correct.
You have to have some element of trust. Yeah. And that trust is slowly but surely, rapidly edging away, and it's an absolute mess.
I just don't, I know the reasoning, there's obviously a whole game to talk about, but they come out with the PGMOL come out with a statement immediately after the game, and at that point, because to be honest, although we got messages and stuff, you think whatever, but when that comes out, you're like, okay, obviously something horribly has gone wrong.
So there was less than 40 seconds between Diaz's shot hitting the back of the net and play being restarted. Or there was less than 10 seconds between TV viewers being shown the VAR review and the play getting started. And going back to what happened at Everton, there was a 4.5 minute delay for something that was so tight, and it was like,
again, that's that word. Yeah, it's that word.
Consistency, and it's incompetent refereeing. Like, where did he get these people from?
No, and they're saying there's significant human error in the VR room, and there's a main which was Darren England for the game, and then there's an assistant, and there's obviously more than one person in that room. Like,
and his assistant is Dan Cook.
And
the human error they're saying is that
they basically didn't look at it, did they?
They thought. So what they've said, they thought that the goal was given.
Mm.
So they've said check complete. Mm. They were just assumed because he was so far on.
Yeah.
The goal was on, but fuck off. No. Yeah. Everyone in that stadium knew that goal wasn't given because there's a flag up.
Yeah.
Look at the graphic. It says goal offside. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. And that's why, imagine the audio then has to be released.
They need to discuss. We need to.
It needs to be done like cricket. If you've watched cricket,
even rugby, when they do it,
if you can hear me, if you can hear when it's LBW or whatever, and they go to the studio and then they say, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah,
ball pitches in line.
Yeah,
hits pad coming out the sound police. They do it in chronological order, and it's like tick, tick, tick,
and
then it's like decision not out or not out. What are they doing? They're running around like headless chickens.
Yeah.
Mate.
And that's what my dad says it all the time. But like with TMO in rugby, when the ref goes, a decision happens or a try or a foul or whatever they stop the game for, and the ref says, "I've seen number 2 do this on number 11 of the opposite team, blah blah," and then the TMO goes, "Actually, number 10 of the other team tackle number 2, whatever happens," and that's the refs need to do that. They need to go, right, I've seen number 7 run through and number 5 of the Tottenham as they're the 2 I'm looking at, and then the VR's like, okay, maybe actually the right back's keeping him on, or the striker. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just you talk it through, like you said, you do little steps, and it might take 2 minutes, it might take 5 minutes to start with, but then as you get better at it and they understand what's going on, that time will decrease.
And it was when it was just the ref in charge of the game and no VAR. You can understand why the linesmen make these tight calls and get it wrong, but now there's VAR. It creates a credibility crisis. You're like, do I believe these people? Who are these people in this room making these decisions? And the entire premises of bringing VAR in was to increase accuracy and get things right, but it's done the opposite.
Yeah,
it's made people question decisions more. It's made people look into things more. Why is this happening? Why is this thing? And without going on too much of a massive rant, but it's like, what is the referee culture in this country? Like, how do they thrive to get better? How do they monitor?
But why would you want to? I'm not saying we need to start going, but if you're a young person, male or female, and why would you want to be a ref knowing that's a sort of
they get paid reasonably well. It's not no. They get paid tuppence, but it's like, how do they monitor success or failures? Where do they get these men from? Do they have? Is the only category you need to be a ref is to be a middle-aged bald man from Yorkshire, like, and your name has to be Roger or Darren or something like that. Like, they're all the same. Like, where do they come from? They all look the same.
But like we said a week ago, the level of football, the intensity, the pace, and all the rest of it, the technology is going up and up and up. But the refs are not going with it. They're just almost getting worse, it seems.
And when they make a mistake, it's like they've marked their own homework, so they get their. That's how they. Oh, sorry, there's 14 apologies since the start of last season. They do their apology, they go away for a game, and they come back, and it's like a celebrity culture, I think, as well. These refs, they're all big names now. Everyone knows who the refs are. And years ago, that wasn't really a thing. And why's Howard Webb come back? He's just a name. He's got no business experience of creating a winning culture or making it a thriving environment.
He's actually
he's just
personality.
He's a personality that loves TV. Yeah. Lee Mason last year was a perfect example.
Yeah.
He got fired last year for incompetence against Arsenal versus Brentford, not drawing the lines. Did his apology, gets sacked, and when they realise that there aren't enough bold men in Yorkshire called Roger and Lee and Darren.
No offence, Dad.
What do we need? We need to get him back.
Yeah.
And he comes back.
Yeah.
And now he's in charge of teaching people how to use VAR. Yeah. What?
But then you talk about the bald referees, but Mike Dean's on Sky Sports now. You get Dermot Gallagher on Ref Watch on a Monday. It's just, and you heard it. Are just poor.
We
They're
mentioned
very,
it in
very
the
poor.
beginning of the podcasts. What did Mike Dean say about Martin Atkinson?
He was his mate when
he was his mate and got too much of sticks. So didn't want that. That's the culture.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There's no wanting to get the right decision. It's all like
Basically, do you a favour. Yeah. Oh, I don't fancy that. I know
the old boys club.
Yeah, like, the backlash. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was just.
It's terrible, and that's why you have these incompetent decisions that ultimately cost big things, cost people their jobs, can cost clubs their livelihoods, and without being too intense about it, it's.
But I will say
bad.
That. But that was a terrible decision. It's awful, and it's obviously clearly wrong. However, there have been, like you said, there's been 14 apologies for all amount of teams and decisions from last season. There's been plenty of decisions against Tottenham. There's been plenty of decisions against Arsenal, Brentford, whoever you want. Man United, there's hundreds of decisions. This season, Wolves with the goalie. It
was the same ref as well.
Yeah, and I'll sort of skip on, but the backlash and the reaction from fans, Liverpool, whoever, United, Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, the media, all the rest of it is a load of bollocks, basically. It's a load of rubbish. And yeah, what Liverpool, the statement they've released, and they want an action from it, and people are gunning for a rematch and all this utter rubbish. Then if there's a rematch, then there's me and you might as well not continue. Honestly, what's the point? We might as well podcast football. If there's a rematch, it's a disgrace.
It won't be.
It's a disgrace. And if they overturn the red card for Curtis Jones, then we give up. We might as well give up.
There's still more controversy to talk about.
Yeah, no, we actually talk about. And that's. I'll get onto it now.
It gets away from the game, and
let's talk about football, because another point I want to talk about the game, and that decision was obviously part of the game, and then we'll come back to it all, because
the reason I think this has become such a big thing, like you just mentioned, there's been 14 other apologies, but
nothing's improved.
Nothing's improved, but it's been maybe the most high profile, most decision making. I don't know. It was just seemed everything was just going. It just seems the biggest high profile one of all. There's been lots of them, and this was the one that was on Sky prime time.
But it's also because of the decision it was, because it's so wrong.
Yeah,
because like I said, Howard Webb a few weeks ago.
It's not subjective. It's not. It's not
it's not a foul. It's not. If only thing that happened was the red card from Curtis Jones, I'm not. Again, it's a red card for me every single moment it happens. But you could have that debate about it. But with the offside, like I said, Howard Webb literally a few weeks ago said 100% offsides are one of the only things you can categorically always agree with, and that's happened at the weekend. So,
but 19 seconds later, after this debacle, Maddison, defence splitting ball through to R9 across the goal, and Son makes it 3 goals in. Well, it was 3 goals in 2 games. Did he get a hat-trick week before, or was that a couple of weeks before?
I think he scored. I want to say he scored 6.
He's thriving in this
5,
this false number 9 position.
Yeah, he's very good through the middle. Very, very good. That's 5. I think it's 5 goals against Liverpool as well in 6 or something. So he does enjoy it against Liverpool. But yeah, the ball from Maddison was very good. Richarlison didn't do something stupid, didn't panic, slotted it across, and Son basically put it into an empty net. 1-0.
1-0, and the place must have been bouncing. And obviously after the VAR turnaround, and then this, you're 1-0 down 90 seconds ago, now they're 1-0 up. Place must be bouncing. Good. Down to 10 men. Yeah. Home to Liverpool. You must have been really disappointed though going into half time 1-1. It seemed a bit of a soft goal, because Gakpo had the chance before. Like I said, Vicario made a good save, but then
Liverpool scored another time through Gakpo's good finish and a quick turn in the box. But again, a decision that has not been spoke about. A free kick leading up to the goal. All right, it wasn't directly to the goal, but Udogie made a perfectly good tackle, gets the ball, gets given a foul against him. They go on to score. Obviously, nothing is said about that. But yeah, I say half time 1-1. We were relatively happy. Yes, they were down to 10 men and we were leading the game, but I'd say Liverpool looked strong. And to be honest, with 10 men, they probably looked better than they did with 11. If anything, they looked more dangerous because they still had Salah, they still had Diaz. And on the break, Salah, one of the world's best footballers. Diaz is lightning quick. They came together with 10 men, to be fair, and like we said, our record against Liverpool is awful anyway. And for us, we were quite happy with one. I'd have took a draw before the game, before all the events happened, but. 1-1. It was pretty fair, to be honest. They were very good, I thought.
So coming out to the second half, Gakpo actually got injured scoring the goal, and he was subbed on for Diego Jota, who had a key part to play in this game.
Yes.
I don't really remember the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half because I had a few beers and wasn't really paying that much attention.
Yeah, we actually had a couple of chances. Madison whipped one with his left foot. Alisson made
Alisson's good save,
really good save. And then Son hit a volley that sort of popped up and he just whacked it with his right. Again, even better save than the first one. But yeah, still 1-1, 10 men. It was, I think we scored and it was rightly called offside. But yeah, good play again from Madison, Richarlison, Son. And then Jota picked up.
So yeah,
I think in between it all,
this is the story.
He might have scored he might have scored. He might have picked up his first yellow.
This is the story I was going to tell. So I'd have a few beers, neither did we. So as I've gone to stand up to go to the loo, I see Jota get booked, and I've seen the replay, and he hasn't made a foul. It's a dog he's gone through, and he's tripped his legs, or tripped himself up and fallen over. No one's at fault there. The ref's given a free kick and booked Jota wrongly, but yeah, he doesn't touch him. And then I see the yellow card come out. I've gone to the loo, gone for a wee, come out, and I see him holding up a yellow card, and I'm thinking, why are they trying to replay this? And then he's gone red. I'm like, what? Yeah. And he's literally just done another foul in the space of 90 seconds.
And just totally lost his head. And
what are you doing?
You can argue about the first one if it was yellow or not, but he actually made a tackle 30 seconds before that, just wiped out Udogie again. Was given nothing.
That's what I said, because as he got booked the first time, I was like, he's off.
Yeah.
Because I just assumed he got booked for the first one.
And I think it's one of those. To be honest, the first one, the first yellow was actually given. They freeze it, and his knee supposedly clips Udogie's leg, and then Udogie obviously whacks his own leg, and he falls over. But Jota knows exactly what he's doing. He's running across the back of him, trying to track back, quote unquote, but running across the back of the player that's attacking. So if he happens to get a touch of him, then great, he's down. But yeah, literally moments before that, he should have been booked, but wasn't. So I think it's one of those, the ref knew in the back of the mind that, I should have booked him before, I'm going to book him now, and then he stupidly lunges at Udogie again. The second
yellow was just
ridiculous.
Stupid, mate.
Yeah,
that's
ridiculous.
Brain dead. If you're Klopp, you're just you're going to be angry with the whole game how it's planned, but that's just brain dead.
That is, and to be, I despise Klopp, but when Jota was sent off, he just sat down on the bench and didn't acknowledge him at all, because you brought that player on with 10 men anyway to do a job and be part of the system, and he throws it back in your face with.
Because he was about to bring on Trent and Diaz, not Diaz, Nunes, and he sat talking to his assistant for like 4 minutes. Like, what? He's looked at him like, what are we going to do here? I think he brought on a triple sub, didn't he?
Yeah, no, that's what I've got here. So basically, Jota gets sent off, and then 70 minutes. So you got about half hour. Liverpool with 9 men. And I said at the time, with 10 men, okay, we've got a long half football, and would like to think we could win, but with 9 men, we have to score. Like, we just have to score against 9 men. But yeah, 73 minutes, they made 3 changes. Endo came on, Konate, who's a centre-back, and Trent came on for Diaz, Salah, and Gomez. And they essentially went 5-3, whatever, 4-4, whatever was happening.
5-3, that was it.
Yeah, and then they conceded the idea of winning the game and just thought, right, let's fight, let's dig in, and they did exactly that, to be fair.
They did a really good job, and Neville was getting frustrated with Spurs because he was like, what are they doing? They need to go wide, they're cramping in the middle. And I thought, I might be skipping ahead a bit, but I thought in like the 92nd minute when he took off Maddison, it was his sort of
moment, conceding the idea of winning.
But it's just like last roll of the dice. Like, I don't think it's going to work, but
and because he took off Son as well, the 70th minute. I think he might have a knock or injury, whatever. Who did he bring on?
What's his name?
Solomon,
yeah.
And who was awful, by the way, absolutely awful. And then towards the end, he made a few more changes. Liverpool brought on Gravenberch, another midfielder, brought off someone else. McAllister was on a yellow anyway. And we brought on like Skip and Højbjerg come on. That young Argentinian came on the 90th minute.
Another Højbjerg late sub, another late winner.
Well, he's actually in his little cameo. That's his role. That is where Højbjerg lives.
Getting his late winners.
He lives in a 20-minute cameo, does a job. But yeah, no, and to us, we were like, oh my God, why take off Maddison, why take off Son, like all these decisions. But I think it was that, like you said, it was just something different. It's not worked for 90 minutes, so right, let's just throw on a striker, throw on some midfielders, and we're going to have the ball, we're just going to try and attack. But yeah, it was so frustrating watching us play, watching us try and break down 8 men on the pitch. It was, painful.
95th minute, Liverpool had the ball actually in your half in the corner, and I think it was a foul or something, broke loose. Ball gets played. I'm looking at the clock, and there's really not long left here, and it comes across to Porro. It gets worked wide to Porro.
Yeah, for some reason Romero kept stepping in to the midfield, if you like. Basically just stood next to our centre midfielders, and he kept getting on the ball, which is like, okay, great, you're trying to win, you're trying to score, you want to attack, but it's Romero. But yeah, he got the ball. He eventually swings it out to Porro.
Because it was Endo who the Liverpool fans in the pub were just shouting, foul, foul,
really,
foul.
Yeah,
and he wasn't, because he could have just clipped his heels and taken the yellow, and then you would have to lump it in. But yeah, like you're it got to Porro. He thumped it across. And when it's a goal like that, no one really knows what just happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Because it hit the back of the net. I think it hit the back of the net and came straight back out again.
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop in that pub.
Yeah.
It was ghostly silent.
Exactly what you said, but when we were watching it, it was like, because Porro literally gets out his feet, flashed it across, and it happened so quickly. There was a little moment like, what just happened? And then obviously everyone realised.
Because it wasn't your player.
No, exactly. You're not expecting a red shirt to kick the ball, so you were hoping for a white shirt to obviously kick it in the goal. But yeah, when it rifled in top net, it was brilliant. Yeah, and I'm sure that Merseyside was
whatever you were doing,
it was total opposite.
It was completely opposite.
Yeah,
it was like go, and I mean like silent. And I was like, this is
yeah, it was absolutely brilliant.
And at that moment, both Merseyside teams had lost on a Saturday, and it was obviously you would have been absolutely mad. 96th minute against Liverpool.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Second late winner in a week.
Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah, we've gone to Arsenal, gone down twice, come back twice. Obviously, a very, very 2 late goals against Sheffield, and then obviously the weekend 2-1 against Liverpool was very, very good. But we weren't. Not we were bad, but we weren't brilliant going forward. With, like you said, when down to 10 men, 9 men for Liverpool, it was just classic Spurs. We can't break down 11 men anyway. So against a good side, they lost 2 players, but I just think it was like one of those training sessions that I've been involved in plenty. But the coach said, right, defensive team, you got 7 or 8 players. You're going to play a 4-3, whatever. You got 10 minutes to defend against all these attackers, and it becomes that fight, and you dig in, and every tackle, every block, every clearance, every mistake they made, you're cheering, you're excited, and Liverpool did that, and their fans quickly adopted that mindset, and they were very, very good with 10 men, and as good with 9. But eventually we score. Matip smashed it in his own net.
And I was saying to my dad, I do honestly think if you had drawn that game 1-1, the outcry of like outrage wouldn't be anywhere near as much, because they've been truly wrong, even though they've like the wrongins, like Liverpool will feel even more wrong. A draw, they'll be like, yeah, we can take that, and they'll have that chip on their shoulder and think, we had all these decisions and you still couldn't beat us. Yeah. But now they've lost and they've had to go back in the 96th minute as well. If you scored on the 70th minute, I don't think. Yeah. But it's just the way the game unfolded. It escalates how wronged they feel, and it's an own goal, and everything that could have gone wrong. Yeah, and went wrong for them.
Ultimately, the offside is the wrong decision, and that is for me personally, that is the only wrong decision of the game. That offside is terribly wrong. But
what about Porro's decision to take his shirt off after getting assist?
I didn't notice until you text me, because we'll get onto it. Team of the week. Porro has to go in, and he is in. But you almost said Louis of the week because of that celeb. When I watched back, I was like, I did cringe a bit.
Shirt off.
Yeah, he was like, but like horning it to the fans as if, he just didn't. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll back him all the way. But Andrew said when they had 10, we scored and we lost our way a bit. Liverpool are still very dangerous, incredible players, and we didn't handle it well. And then when they went down to 9, our performance dropped even more. And he's right. And obviously, the main message of the result was that it adds to the belief and the mindset going forward and all that good stuff. But Liverpool were very good for the majority of the game. But we scored at the very, very end, basically.
Yeah, they were very good, and obviously that's led to their goalkeeper and defence were very strong, and their goalkeeper was in our team of the week. Yeah. Have you got anything else to add on?
I'll just what say about VR. I'll just say, let me say this. Yeah, this was going to be our lose the week, but I just thought I'm going to go for it now. So all the punditry loving for Liverpool, Neville and co and all the rest of it it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Neville said, "I feel sorry for Matip." On match day, they played so well. Micah Richards and Shearer. And on match day as well with Shearer and Richards, Micah Richards and Lineker. All they discussed was the VAR decision or the lack of decision, and they went at the end, "Oh yeah, sorry, Spurs did all right. Thanks, Gary." Jane Redknapp on Sky, clearly Liverpool for sport, which is absolutely fine, but echoing the sadness and dissatisfaction in Spurs winning. Spurs Liverpool was spoken about on GMB this morning. Tottenham versus Liverpool, and that decision was on GMB this morning. The amount of fans from many clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, that jump on Spurs is incredible. We finished 8th last season, 8th. We finished 8th, so we're technically the 8th best team in the league. We've just sold arguably our best player ever. We don't win anything. We're such an irrelevant club, yet everyone loves to mention Tottenham. Oh, and we have an Australian in charge who we call Big Ange. In his birthplace, they call it soccer. Yet people get rattled by Tottenham, and it's fantastic. And long may it continue. Yes!
I wasn't too fussed about Spurs. It's the decision that's just outrageous, but
just
add it to the list of apologies. And I've always been maintained that scrap it, because what comes around will come around. Yeah,
and I think
you'll get absolutely done by a decision.
Oh, we'll get.
You've got credit in the bank now. So
we'll get stoned massively.
And that's just what happens. Yeah. And it's because it's so incompetent that it works like that.
Yeah, and again, I'm talking on Spurs, but Mendes from the halfway line, Jota last season, Kung Fu kick skipping here, doesn't get a red card. Nketiah last week should be sent off. It should be a red card.
I'm joking.
And Arsenal have a full list. Every team.
Two of them 14 for us.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. The Champions League finals, Sissoko handball. There's a long old list of decisions that go wrong. So Liverpool, get back in your box.
Right, team of the week. Alisson, like you mentioned, 2 great saves.
Yes.
One from Son and one from Maddison. That one from Maddison especially was superb.
Very good. And I was right behind it. I was just
reaching out.
You were celebrating already, but brilliant save.
I do think he's the best goalkeeper in the league.
Yeah,
he's very, very good. Everything is 2 great saves, and with 9 men.
Yeah.
Unfortunate to be on the losing side, but that is what football is. Do you want to take the Pedro Porro one on this one?
Yeah, he was close. I do agree. the shirt off for the cross that meant an own goal, but no, he was good. He dealt, and Udogie in that, Van der Ven, and even Romero, but mainly the 2 fullbacks dealt with Salah and Diaz very well. But Porro for me, and I'll start with the other defender. Anderson from Palace scored did you see his goal? It was brilliant. Brilliant finish, wasn't it, at Old Trafford. So Alisson, Porro and Anderson is the defence.
And I'll go Alfie Doughty in midfield, the lone midfielder this week from Luton Town. Great set pieces. He made both goals. Unfortunate not to get the first assist. Obviously, the first header hit the crossbar and the ball came down. He then thumped it in. There's obviously something they've clearly worked on. He's obviously very good at these set pieces, and their game plan to an absolute T paid off.
Yep.
Moving on to the fan vote, we've gone with Wang Hee-chan versus Carlton Morris.
Yeah.
Or as Pep decided to call him, the Korean guy. Have you seen the video?
I didn't know he actually said that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he was bigging up Wolves. It was like they've got Neto and Cunha and
the Korean guy. No.
And that Korean guy.
Oh God.
But it was funny because when he scored, Wolves then tweeted saying 2-1 Wolves. Goal scorer, that Korean guy. There's a bit of banter. Obviously, there's a bit of banter in it. The fan vote, and I think as it stands, Hwang Hee-chan.
Yeah, Hwang Hee-chan came out on top. I think about 55-60%. Yeah. For his goal, and obviously Wolves beating Man City, which is a ridiculous result.
It's mad that we can't even talk on that. But
no, yeah.
As is the Premier League this week, it's just nuts.
Too much going on. And then do you want to end with the other striker?
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. Ollie Watkins, hat-trick against Brighton, 6-1. Like, what? That even hasn't been spoken about, but time is precious. And right in front of Gareth Southgate, so can't get much better than that. Brighton are a good team, and 3 good. The last goal was deflected, but he's very good at these near-post tuck-in finishes where he looks like he's going to bend it in the corner, but whips it back into the near post. And he's got lightning pace, so he's always a threat on the counter-attack. So in recap, we've got Allison, Porro, Anderson, Doty, Chan, and Watkins. Watkins back to back. He might have been there a couple of times now.
Maybe we need to have a look a bit deeper. Get someone else in.
Right, prediction time. Is it?
Yeah, we can do that.
My time, is it?
What was last week?
Everton, Luton.
I think I picked that because you went. Yeah, go on, your choice.
Right. Flash scores. Still waiting for the inbox, please, for the sponsor. Saturday, the 7th of October. Let's go to... Where haven't we been? Have we been League One? Right, here we go. 3 o'clock, League One. Leyton Orient versus Reading. It's
no help, is it? I'm going to go Leyton Orient 2, Reading 1.
I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win, Orient.
Nice.
I haven't got any of these right.
Just follow me.
So, Orient 2. You've gone 2-1, have you?
2-1, yeah.
All right, perfect.
I think obviously Orient got promoted, Reading relegated. Yeah, let's go Orient.
Perfect. Right, do you want to kick us off with your winner of the week?
Yeah, my winner of the week, I've gone for Sirius Football Club from the Allsvenskan, which is the Swedish Prem. And they were sitting in the relegation playoff spot in their league before the game over the weekend. They got 5 games left after the weekend. And they played a fellow relegation contender. I'm going to go... Actually, let me find the pronunciation. One sec.
Are you going to butcher it?
Yeah, no. I've got it. My friend sent me it. One sec.
You're going to get Siri to read it off.
No. Okay, 1 second.
How do you pronounce that?
I'll turn it up a bit. Wait, let me try again. Degerfors. Who are, fellow relegation side. And Degerfors were 2-0 up. And Sirius scored their first goal in the 91st minute, equalised in the 95th minute, and scored the winner in the 99th minute.
Wow.
So Sirius got a huge win, moved them 2 points above. Moved them 2 points above the relegation playoff spot, 6 points clear above the direct relegation. A small side from just outside Stockholm in a place called Uppsala, and they're still in a fighting chance to stay up. So, Sirius FC, Teddy, if you're listening, mate, that one's for you.
Perfect, that's quality. My win of the week is a bit basic, but I've gone for Luton Town. Nice. Having watched them play away at Everton, no one gave them a chance really. 5-1 the bookies had them in, and little old Luton in the corner of the ground sung their hearts out all game. Went to Everton, won 2-1, thoroughly deserved. First ever Premier League win, first ever Premier League away win.
The first game this season they've taken the lead.
Yeah,
and obviously kept the lead.
It must be the first game they scored 2 goals as well.
Possibly, yeah, I think so.
And to see the happiness on them fans' faces when they came out the ground was just, they were all ecstatic.
Really?
It was like, yeah. They were absolutely loved it. And that's what football is all about, isn't it? To bring that. You see the depths of Everton just grudging in the rain.
Total opposite.
And the Luton are in their shirt. They don't care. They're getting soaking wet, but they're buzzing. Yeah, just Luton Town.
And Lockyer, probably, which is a classic English footballer, his goal just sums him up. It's a tackle. It's a block tackle and it goes in the net. Yeah, no, very good.
That was quality. Very well deserved. Have you given your lose of the week?
Not yet.
To the pundits?
No.
That wasn't your...
No, I've changed. Do you want to go? You go first. Go on.
So my lose of the week, I actually changed it last minute this afternoon. I had the PGMOL, I had Howard Webb, I had Everton, and I thought, I can't be arsed. We're going to talk about these the whole pod, so I'll go something different. I've actually gone Calvin Phillips.
Oh.
Because last week, Rodri got suspended for Man City, meaning he had missed 3 games. Rodri has been absolutely fantastic. Great player, world class. Rodri signed a couple of seasons ago. Phillips signed a couple of seasons ago. He hasn't got a kick. Every time he does play, he doesn't impress Pep. Clearly, he doesn't impress him at all. Pep came out and said in the week, I wish I could get out of Phillips that Bielsa could. Bielsa made him a great player, whatever. Phillips got his start against Newcastle in the Cup. Carling Cup or Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, absolutely crap. They lost. He then didn't even start against Wolves. They played Kovacic and Nunes, who again 2 players have signed above him. He came on with half an hour to go. Calvin Phillips, crap. He's played 2 games since Rodri's been suspended. Lost both games. He needs to move on and sort his career out and go somewhere else.
I've heard rumours with Arsenal in January. I don't know how true that is.
It's not good enough.
But he'd probably just sit on your bench as well, wouldn't he?
He's not good enough. Unless, I don't know, let's be sell party, but he's still nowhere near the level.
I like it. My loser of the week is Troy Deeney. There's a clip of him going around on social media. He's talking on the Winners Talking podcast. And he gets a question of, so is Harry Kane a better footballer than Troy Deeney? And he actually says, I would be naive to say he's not. And so, yeah, obviously, Troy Deeney understands that Harry Kane is far better than him. But then he starts asking the questions, can he header the ball better than me? He says no. Can he control the ball better than me? Look after it when there is 2 men on his back? No. Goes on to say, and not those sort of questions, that's neither here nor there. That's just totally irrelevant when you talk about Harry Kane. And he goes on to say, here is something I will say. Can he be honest in reference to Harry Kane and say he outworks Troy every single day? If he can say that, then he will be bleep very, very good. Harry Kane, is Troy Deeney okay? Like, is he all right? I'm just very concerned for Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney shouldn't even mention Kane's name in the same sentence as him.
His breath.
Yeah, Kane is in the same league as the greatest players to ever play in the league. Talking, you can debate if they're better or worse, but Aguero, Rooney, Henry, all the rest of it, the list goes on and on. But like I said, the first comment's about heading the ball, holding the ball up, neither here nor there. As for the hard work comment, my good God, Kane is 30 years old, just moved to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have just bought England's best striker, potentially ever, for 100 million, record buy for Bayern Munich. Troy Deeney at 30 was at Watford, up and down the Premier League, in the Championship, in and out of prison possibly, I'm not sure at that stage. He is now 35 and a player manager at Forest Green Rovers. Kane at the age of 35 will either still be at Munich or back in the Prem, doing whatever he wants to do, playing for England, all that great stuff. It's also the idiots that he spoke with on this podcast, just nodding away like little lapdogs, smiling and going, really agreeing with him and saying, yes, Troy, you're fantastic, well done. But yeah, just no need from Deeney, no need.
No, that was a bold statement he made there. One that did do the rounds around social media.
Yeah, just stay out of trouble and just don't say rubbish things like that.
Concentrate on the 3 points on Saturday, Troy.
Yeah.
For Forest Green. Is it Forest Green?
Forest Green.
And eat your vegan burger.
Yeah.
Right. Rafa Benitez has managed both Liverpool and Everton. But who the hell does he manage now?
I think it's in Qatar or China. But I couldn't name you one side from any of those places in the world. I'm going to go China and say, is there a team called Guangzhou or FC or something?
Something like that, but you're way off.
Really? Way off? Really? Not Qatar either?
Which I thought he must manage in China or Qatar.
Oh.
He manages in Spain.
Oh,
in
what?
Liga.
Oh, what?
Like, what?
Okay, right. Oh, let me have a... Oh, Jesus.
That's what I thought.
In the top... Is La Liga?
The La Liga.
What?
And I was like, where does that
Surely that's like big news.
On the 23rd of June 2013, Rafa Benitez was appointed manager of La Liga club...
2013 or 2023?
2023.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Was appointed manager of La Liga club
this team
on a 3-year contract.
Bloody hell! I wouldn't even know. One guess: Betis.
Celta Vigo.
Bloody hell!
When did that happen?
What? That's quite good. That's very good level of football. Not that, I don't know. Just obviously it's Rafa Benitez, but yeah, I just assumed he'd gone out somewhere, paycheck, and happy days.
No, manager of Celta Vigo.
Interesting. How are they doing? Any idea?
No idea.
I might follow them now.
No idea. Let's have a quick look. While we end the podcast, let's have a quick look. Rafa Benitez is Celta Vigo. Do you reckon they're in Europe at all?
They were quite. So they actually play tonight, 8:00.
Do they?
Whack that up.
Standings. Oh, they're 17th out of 20th. Not great.
Not great.
5 points from 7 games.
But they play tonight. They play against Las Palmas, who are 18th place below them. So big
row.
Yeah.
Right. Just to end this pod off, for those that know and followed us and followed us on socials and whatnot, you'll know that Jack has had a affiliation with a certain Hull City since we had the Championship podcast. Tomorrow night, Ipswich Town, second in the table, are playing 5th place Hull City, and there'll be a certain 2 podcasters in the Hull City end causing some trouble.
More by the Tigers. Yeah, it's going to be good.
So we got tickets tomorrow. In the away end. This time tomorrow, we'll be kicking off a few scraps.
Yeah, anyone, Port Road, any Ipswich fans, find us.
Meet up with JJ before.
Yeah.
Get him in a headlock.
Yeah. Should do a little prediction.
Might as well. Double prediction. Right. Ipswich 0, Hull 4.
I've got to back Rossinia's boys. It's going to be 2-1 to Hull. It's going to be 1-0 early to Hull. Ipswich come back. Then Hull in the 88th minute.
Yeah.
Aaron Connolly. Cut in from the left. Whip it into the far corner. Send the Hull following crazy.
Send the Tigers crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Up the Hull.
We'll have a few surprises for you at the game. Maybe get some good content and whatnot. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Just over the hour. Again, very fun podcast, I thought.
Yeah, good one.
Hope you all enjoy it.
Very nice.
Again, keep sharing it on the socials and whatnot, and liking all the stuff we're doing. Really helps the page grow and our podcast up the charts, like we saw last week. Continuing the top 20, so keep listening to it and keep sharing it. It's all helps us. And thank you very much, and stay loyal.
Stay loyal.